Also, we are really sorry for the bad picture and sound quality on this episode.
Oh, I really want to talk about the night that we experienced the sea turtles. It's kind of a doozy, but basically, right now, as of the time of this video, is turtle nesting season, which means that the sea turtles every night, late into the night, they come up onto the beaches in Cancun to lay their eggs and have their babies. It was a really, really, really once in a lifetime experience. We couldn't have timed it any more perfectly. We didn't even know that the resort even offered a turtle conservation program. They have their own foundation called the Palace Foundation, and they have their own team of marine biologists who come out every night and check the beach. They make sure that nobody bothers the mama turtles. We waited and waited and waited, hoping.
I think I fell asleep in the hammock waiting.
Yeah. We were hanging out in a hammock on the beach, which that alone was an awesome experience. Yeah. But while we were waiting, I was reading up on what to do, what not to do when you encounter a sea turtle, or even just like baby sea turtles when they finally hatch 60 days later. So basically, you don't want to be one of those people that's walking the beach at night during nesting season. A lot of people unknowingly end up scaring the sea turtles back into sea. They'll come up onto shore, hide in the waves a little bit, and if they hear or see humans, they will literally go back to sea and not come up to lay their eggs, which can be really detrimental to their health. As soon as you even saw what you thought looked like a turtle surfacing, you're just like, is that a turtle? And you have to be really quiet.
Yep.
Definitely, we were whispering the whole time. The gentleman that we met out there, his name was Francisco. He only spoke Spanish, but he tried his best to help us understand what was going on, and he explained the process to us. Obviously, no flash photography, no flash video, no lights, no nothing. And Francisco did use a turtle-friendly flashlight. There are certain colors or wavelengths that are considered turtle-friendly. When we saw our first sea turtle, it was just absolutely amazing. We waited at least 3 hours, and then we finally saw her. It's so incredible to see these animals just know what to do. And these marine biologists have been studying them for years and years. Even when we did see a sea turtle come up onto the beach, we left it alone. We did not go near it, and Francisco would let us know when it was okay to approach and get closer to the sea turtles, and that's usually at the point where they start to lay their eggs. Sea turtles are obviously endangered, so this conservation effort is just amazing. After the turtles dig the hole, they kind of go into a trance almost when they start laying their eggs. So at that point, he started digging up the eggs, and essentially what they do is they take the eggs and they put it in a bucket, and then they move the eggs to a sanctuary, an egg sanctuary. So they'll bury it in the egg sanctuary, which is this fenced off area on the beach, not too far from where the sea turtles lay the eggs, really. They keep the eggs safe there so that beachgoers or predators or anything doesn't happen to the eggs. They also label the burial plots. We kind of joked it looks kind of like a turtle graveyard, but it's actually not as morbid because it's like a turtle incubation yard. We called it a reverse graveyard. But it does look like a graveyard because there's these little mounds where they bury the eggs, and then they put a stake in front of the mound that tells you the date those turtle eggs were laid. They estimate when the birth date, the hatch date, is going to be, so you can always come back to see them hatch and help guide the baby sea turtles into the ocean. Only 1 out of every 1,000 baby sea turtles actually live to adulthood. It's pretty sad to think how hard baby sea turtles and also just adult sea turtles have it. And that's also why you have to recycle your plastic bags, because sea turtles eat jellyfish, and a majority of our plastic bags do end up in the ocean, and the sea turtles mistaken the plastic bags as a jellyfish floating in the water, and they eat it and they get sick and they die. Recycle your plastic bags, because that's really up.
And then as he was scooping them out, he actually gave like a couple around to the people that were around, and we were lucky enough to be there to be able to hold one of the eggs in our hands, and that was something else. After that, she kind of just lays there for a while and recuperates, and everybody got to go up and kind of just touch the sea turtle on her shell and everything. And the size of these turtles they're humongous. Huge. They're absolutely huge. And
just learning about the devastating effects that we could have on this species is just mind-blowing and really sad. Actually, it's really heartbreaking, just the things that you can do. There's small things that we can do to help this species, and we even learned why we need to help, because turtles play a huge part in both the oceanic and coastal ecosystems. Without them, a lot of our ecosystems would suffer. The places that they lay their eggs, that process alone contributes to the vegetation and root systems that hold the beaches together. So without that, a lot of our coastal regions will actually end up eroding much faster without the turtles' nesting grounds. And then in the ocean, the turtle feeding grounds, they eat a lot of the seaweed and the seabed at the bottom of the ocean, and that is something that we need them to maintain. And because they do that, they provide an ecosystem where other fish and other species and other marine animals to foster and breed and lay their eggs down at the bottom of the seafloor. So without them, there's a lot of things that can be impacted. And learning about this was just, you don't know this stuff. I mean, who could blame us, right? Like, who could blame anybody for not knowing things like this? Being able to come to Mexico and stay at a wonderful resort and also gain this once-in-a-lifetime memory and experience and knowledge to just be better people, that's the stuff we live for. If you plan on going to check out the turtles, definitely listen to the marine biologists and the staff that's associated with the Palace Foundation. They know what they're doing. They've done this for years. They know it's good for the turtles. There were some people in the group that night who felt like they should interfere, and we weren't okay with that. I don't think the staff were okay with that, but I think that they were too nice to really say anything. So please, please, please do not be that person that feels like your picture or your video matters more than anything else right now.
Yeah.
You guys know we do this for fun, and even we felt like that's not worth getting the shot. That's not worth getting the video. We did get the videos that we got, and we were more than happy with it, even though the lighting sucked, even though we couldn't use our flash. But at the end of the day, we were there to witness this miracle of Mother Nature, and we were not there to interfere in any way possible. And we kept a safe distance from the turtles until we were told that it was okay to approach. And then even after the fact, even after the turtle got done laying her eggs, we decided to back away because we felt like she's about to wake up. She's probably exhausted. We don't need to be sitting there touching her face and poking at her and petting her. We pet her shell when we were told, and then after our turn, we just backed away. So please do not be one of those people that feels entitled to that moment, because at the end of the day, that turtle is just doing what that turtle needs to do, and you gotta let it do its thing. There were some other people who also thought that the turtle was stuck in the hole, and they tried digging the sand out and interfering in that way, and we were just like, no, like, these turtles have been doing this for hundreds of years. They know what they're doing. And the turtle was actually not stuck. It was just digging really, really deep.
It does what it knows.
Yeah, so I think that it just came from a place of people being uneducated and them not knowing, and I think that their intentions were in the right place when they were trying to help the turtle, but at the end of the day, you gotta let it do its thing. Just enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
You know, there were times where we wanted to just record everything, but even we were able to reel ourselves back and say, all right, let's just put the phones away and enjoy it and really witness what's happening here, because this is once in a lifetime.